Good morning, everybody. This is Russell. Welcome back to day number 3 of the One Funnel Away Challenge. I hope you guys are having some fun so far. Today, we're going to be talking about your irresistible offer. But first, before we go deep into that, this is one of the fun things about recording this live. This very first time is that every single day I have a chance to go through all the comments and the questions and see where people are, where they're having success, where people are getting stuck, the pros, the cons, all the stuff. So I want to address a couple things. Probably each day I'll address a couple things from the day before to help get you unstuck, okay? That's always my goal in this business. A lot of you guys will start running into a circle, or running into a spot and you get stuck. My job is to get you unstuck. And so I want to kind of address some of those things. The first one I want to address before we get, I got some cool stuff I'm going to sketch out here. But the first one I want to talk about is on day number 1, I gave you guys kind of a roadmap, right? I showed you here's where we're going. I talked about, okay, here's the funnel. Here's going to be page number 1 is going to be this. Then you're going to have order form bumps, going to be your framework, byproduct, then OTO 1, OTO 2. I kind of showed all that stuff. And right now I'm seeing in the comments, everybody freaking out about like step 92, like all this stuff over here. Okay, I showed you that to show you a map. Here's the map of where we are going, okay? Now you know, now you understand the strategy, now you need to stop and just focus on here. That's it, okay? If you guys are talking about where your order form bump is right now, you need to stop. If you're talking about what OTO 1 is going to be, OTO 2 number is going to be, what, like, stop, okay? I promise you I'm taking you in a very strategic order, step by step by step. Stephen Larson is going to be coming this weekend and talking to you guys a little bit to get you guys motivated and inspired and help get you guys unstuck as well mentally. One thing he's going to be talking about is what we call just-in-time learning. That means your job is not to understand all 98,000 steps and try to do them all simultaneously. If you do that, you're going to be stuck in this thing like a lot of you guys have been for a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, or your entire life because you're trying to understand and do all of it. Okay? You came here, you hired me to be your coach. Okay, I want to show you this is the play we're going to play, but the only thing you have to focus on right now is just this piece. You're not allowed to focus on the next piece till you're done with this piece. You just got to stop. Okay? So I know right now there's going to be tons of unanswered questions. That's okay. You need to stop looking for the answers because you don't need them right now. Okay? All it's going to do is overwhelm you, stress you out, make you not finish all the different pieces. The only thing you should have done yesterday, the only thing, right, is figure out what is going to be the sexiest framework you could possibly create for your people. That's it. Number 2 was like, what are the steps of that framework? Okay, here's the 5 steps of how I would get someone to result. And number 3 is record it. That's it. If you did anything else beyond that, it means you're thinking too far in advance. Okay? That's not how you're going to be successful. This is what I talked about on day number 1, Brandon and Caitlin. They didn't go and watch the entire course and then start. What did they do? They clicked play and then they paused it and stopped everything and did the thing that Russell said to do. So there's a hashtag in our community. It says, hashtag do what Russell says. Just do what I say. Don't do the things you think I'm going to say or the things you heard Guru XYZ say or the things that you heard on 14 different podcasts. Just do the thing that I tell you to do. If you just do that thing, I promise you I'm not going to lead you astray. Okay? Right now, you do not be worried about your done for you version, your done with you version, or any of those things. Don't. Okay, when we get there, I will explain it. We will map it out. We will show you case studies and examples and how to do it. If you're selling physical products, we'll show you the differences and the intricacies of how you change it. If you're doing other things, we'll show you things. Right now, don't stress about those things. Just do the thing I'm telling you to do right now. That's it. Just-in-time learning. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, and so that's what I want to focus on right now. So that's all you should have done yesterday. Now, some of you guys did that. Congratulations. How many of you guys was that super easy? Like, that was amazing, Russell. Picked my framework, listed the outline, recorded a video, done. How many of you guys did that? Now, how many of you guys are like, I was going to, but then I couldn't figure out which framework to do, and it could be this one, or it could be this one. I didn't know if I was going to do this or this, and then I never recorded the video before, so I got nervous, I freaked out, and then I went to bed. Or I turned on The Bachelorette, or whatever, right? Okay? I know, because I guarantee I bet probably 10% actually finished it, and the other 90% kind of just thought about it and worried about it and didn't do it. Okay? Once again, this funnel is not going to be your ClickFunnels, your eBay, your whatever the big multi-billion-dollar project in your head is. This funnel, when we're working on the next 30 days, is your potato gun DVD. Okay? I don't care if this makes you money or not. That's not my goal here. My goal is to teach you the process, because if you're really one funnel away, we don't know which funnel that is, the thing that I can teach you that's the most valuable is not how to create the perfect, most amazing funnel of all time. It's teaching you how to create a funnel. Teaching you all the steps in the process so you can do it once and be like, okay, now I have the tools. Now I know exactly how to do it. Let me try on the second product, the third product, the fourth product, the fifth product, and keep doing it until you hit the winner. Okay? If you stress over 30 days making this funnel has to be perfect, I don't want to put the time and energy unless I have the perfect funnel, you're not going to ever get it. Okay? This is all about just trying and testing and trying and putting things out there and trying to see what's going to stick. Okay? Your first funnel is going to be horrible. Okay? As Garrett White said, I quote him in the Expert Secrets book, he said, at first you're going to, the very first thing you put out there is going to suck because you suck. You don't have the skill set yet. Your first video you created yesterday is going to be horrible. Okay? So if you're like, oh, I don't want to create the video, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible. I want to put that out there right now. It's going to suck. It's going to be embarrassing. You're going to look back on it a week from now and be like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Or maybe you looked at it right afterwards, like, that's so embarrassing. That's okay, but guess what? You did the first one. Now you can make a second one and a third one. okay? But until you do the first one, you got nothing to build off of, nothing, okay? And so just start. Just trust me, just do the thing. Pick the sexiest framework you can dream of, and probably tomorrow I'll come with a better one. That's okay. This was the sexiest framework I could think of when I started this game. Everyone wants a potato gun, I assume. That's all I don't know. That's where you start, okay? You got to learn the process. So pick anyone. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just pick a random one. Whatever you think could possibly someone might want, and do it. Write your 3, 5, 10 steps of the thing. Get a video camera out and record it. Have your spouse, your kids, your friends, your family. Just get one of these little stands for $5 off Amazon. Click your phone on, click record, and just teach it. You just got to do it once. It's going to be horrible, and that's okay. If you see videos of me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years, 18, 19 years ago, I was the worst ever. I guarantee most of you guys are better right now than I ever was at the very beginning, but I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. My goal is not for you to in the next 30 days, hit a funnel, makes you $1 million. My goal is you to get one funnel done, so now you know the process, and now you can start doing it and testing on this idea, and one of those ideas will hit, okay? But not until you get the skill set, not until you start practicing these things. Okay, so that's the first thing. So don't stress out, just do it. Just put something out there, okay? It's always gonna get better. That's the first thing. The second thing, and I get this a lot, especially from my e-commerce friends, so I'm talking specifically to you. Like, but Russell, you don't understand, like, I don't sell courses, I'm selling physical products, right? How many of you guys said that in the comments? I saw you, I read your comments. This is not just 1 or 2 people, this is a lot of people. This is sentiment on live coaching, everywhere else, okay? So I want you guys to understand something. Okay, because this is going to be a shift from how you understand business up to this point. Okay, you're coming to a new world. You're coming to the funnel hacker world, right? We look at business differently than the way the rest of the world looks at it, right? How does the rest of the world look at a business? Okay, the rest of the world's like, okay, here's me, here's my platter, and here is my product. This is my product. And they think a product is a business. Guess what? A product is not a business. Do you understand that? A product is a piece of a framework. You have to understand this, okay? This is your product. If you think about this process we've been talking about, right? Here's your dream customer. So this is your who. Here's the path they want. Your dream customer, all they really care about is the result, right? This is what business is, okay? I'm in the business of getting this type of client a result. That's what your business is. Your business is not your product. This is just one thing that helps them get that result, right? ClickFunnels is a software platform, okay? It is a product, singular. Okay? Here at ClickFunnels, it's not what we do. My mission at ClickFunnels is not, my mission is to give people software. That's not my mission. Okay? It's a step in our framework. Our framework is to free all entrepreneurs so they can get back to changing lives to the customers they've been called to serve. That's our mission. That's the result we're trying to get, is to free you. And we free you through a product, software. We free you through training. We free you through books. We free you through education, right? All these different ways we can do. Okay? This is, I don't know who said this. This is old school marketing. So I remember hearing this a long time ago, and I wish I could give attribution who said it the first time. But what a lot of people think is they think that your customers are coming to you because they want to buy your product, right? So I drew this morning. I'm gonna see if I can redraw it. Okay, you guys know what this is right here? Can you tell? That is a drill. Okay, and people think, oh yeah, my customer came to me because they want to buy a drill, right? No, your customer did not come to you because they want to buy a drill. They didn't come to you because they want to buy software. They didn't come to you because they want to buy your physical product. They didn't come to you because of whatever. They do not come to you because they want a drill. This is your product. They come to you because they want a hole in the wall. That's the result they want. They couldn't care less if it's a drill, if it's a magic wand, if it's something they hire. They just want a hole in the wall. That's what they're coming to you for. Do you understand that? They're coming for a result, and that is it. And so if you think you're in the business of selling drills, you are going to struggle. If you want to grow a business from 10 or from wherever you are to $1 million to 10 million to 100 million and beyond, you cannot be selling drills. Okay? This is not what people are buying. People are buying results. This is the secret. This is the big secret. They're buying results. Okay? And your drill could be one piece of it, right? But you have a framework that works, right? If I say, here's a drill, okay, and how do I use this thing? Well, let me show you my framework for how to use this drill to do the thing you're trying to do, right? That's where these frameworks come from. So every business has a framework. Okay? The crappy ones don't know about it, and they just sell a drill. And they hit a ceiling, they get stuck. Like, I can't get past here. I just sell a drill. I just sell a product. That's all it is. Okay? Think about this. ClickFunnels is a drill, right? My frameworks are the result to get you the success. Okay, I'm looking right now at buying a bone broth company. Bone broth is a drill. It's a product, right? People aren't buying it because they want bone broth. Who here wants to drink bone broth every day? No, that's not what you want, right? You want to feel healthier, you want to lose weight, you want a different protein source. That's the result you want, right? I could do a 5-day bone broth protein challenge to get your body into whatever, right? Like there's a result I can get you, and my bone broth is just one piece of the result, right? I was listening to different products, but I want you guys to understand that. In fact, I'm going to have these guys throw up a slide real quick for me. This is a slide. This is one of my friends, Perry Belcher and Ryan Dice's offer. If we can throw up on the slides right now. This is one of their physical products. This is one of the most famous physical product offers I've seen online. This is a little credit card knife. How many of you guys have seen this before? I funnel hacked this funnel at least 2,000 times because I've got hundreds of these little credit cards laying all over the office here. But it's a little credit card knife. I think Perry went to China and saw them, bought a bunch of them, came back, threw on Facebook. And like the first week on Facebook, they sold like 150,000 of them. And then Facebook banned them because they're selling knives. And over the years, they've sold millions and millions and millions of these little credit card knives. In fact, strange fact, if you go to the airport, the number one confiscated product in TSA history is Perry and Ryan's credit card knife, which is insane. What a cool badge of honor, okay? And you may look at this like, this is a credit card knife. This is the product, this is the drill. Like people are buying a drill, right? Okay, yeah, they're buying a drill, but guess what? If you look at their sales page, they're not just selling a drill, right? You scroll down the page, on the very right-hand side, it says, oh, when you buy my thing right here, you buy this credit card knife, I'm also gonna give you my framework. What does the framework do? It increases the perceived value of the little thing, right? So the framework they have is the ultimate survival skills. This is their framework on how to be a survivalist. Here's like the 10 skills you need as a survivalist that comes with my credit card knife, okay? That framework they attach to the info product increases the perceived value. After Perry and Ryan launched this thing, guess how many knockoffs came of the free credit card knife? A lot of them. It's in China, it's not that hard to get them. Right? A lot of people came and started knocking them off, but theirs always did better. Why? Because it wasn't just a commodity. When you're selling a product, you have a commodity. If you have a drill, you have a drill. 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people can sell the same drill as you. Okay? When you start decommoditizing it, you attach it to your framework. Now you're the only person on the planet that has that. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it special. That's what makes it different. Okay? It increases the perceived value. So when you're attaching physical products with a framework, right? Now it's different. Now you can't, like the price becomes irrelevant because I'm the only person that has this framework. This is my framework, right? So that's why it's so important for you to be developing your own proprietary frameworks, right? You look at the steps in this framework, right? If survival skills like step number 1, you need a bug out bag. Step number 2, this. Step number 3, you need your credit card knife. It's a piece in there, right? Step 4, step 5. You look at any of my books, right? .com secrets. It's like, hey, figure out who your dream customer is. Figure out which funnel you can use, blah, blah, blah. And then this step is like, oh, by the way, there's this tool called ClickFunnels you need to actually build the thing we're talking about, right? My product becomes one piece of the result I'm taking them on. But we are in the business of delivering results, not drills, okay? This is the big aha. This is the big shift I need you guys to change your mind away, okay? This is how business is done today. Because when you're selling drills, you're a dime a dozen, you're a commodity. And the thing that sucks about commodities is that in a commodity type business, right, the only way to increase the perceived value of the thing you're selling is to lower the price, right? And it's a race to the bottom. We're going to learn more about it deeper today. I'm not going to get deep into it right now. But there's only 2 ways to make your product seem cheaper. One is to actually lower the price, which is the worst way to do business. Or number 2 is increase the value. We do that by increasing the offer, by adding frameworks and things like that. And we're going to go deep into that. But I just wanted to kind of rant on that a little bit just to help shift some of you guys who have been stuck on that, okay? All right. I got a couple more things. And today's actually going to be a shorter day, which is good because you guys have 2 longer videos in the one pager today that I'm gonna have you guys go through. So today I'll go a little faster, a little shorter. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is what your assignment was yesterday. Okay, and if you haven't done it yet, I got some good news for you. Okay, today you're gonna be learning some stuff, but today you're gonna have some time to work on your framework again. Okay, some of you guys are like, day 2, we're already recording our course. Like, yeah. I want to throw you guys in the deep end of the pool so you can start swimming quick, okay? But the good news is you have some time, okay? So if you recorded yesterday, like it was really bad, that's okay. You got today to kind of go again and re-record it, or tomorrow, whatever, okay? So today you have some time to re-record your framework. We've also got the next 2 days, Rachel Miller's going to be coming in, and she's going to be setting up some of the foundational stuff for traffic, okay? Hoping you get a page structured on Facebook as well as getting a content strategy figured out so that way you start building up your followers, your engagement, your traffic, so when the funnel's done at the end of 30 days, you have people you can push it to, okay? So we're kind of taking a break off of the funnel stuff for the next 2 days, and then this weekend you have time as well. So if you're like, I don't have time to do this, Russell, you have a couple days to get this stuff done. Okay, but then on Monday next week, we're going to start actually selling this framework, okay? Selling either the physical product with the framework attached or the framework with these other offers attached, okay? And so that's going to be starting on Monday. So you've got this week, though, to start figuring out the product side of this and the offers and things like that, okay? Okay, so first piece here. We talked about framework, right? And each of you guys went and you figured out the sexiest framework you could dream of right now. okay, your version of the potato gun, and we took that framework and we recorded it. And the reason why we did that is I wanted to turn that framework from just like this thing in your head that's just this magical, oh yeah, I know how to do that, to an actual tangible physical thing, right? Something you can actually trade for money. Okay, so we turned that framework yesterday into your very first product. Woohoo! How many of you guys are excited about that? You had your very first product, right? Especially if you took it, you recorded the video, you put it in one page, or you got the to-do list. Like now you got something that's tangible we can sell, right? If you did the 5-day lead challenge, we did something similar. We made a lead magnet, okay? We took one of your basic frameworks, right? And we gave away for free. We made a lead magnet. Now you can trade it for someone's email address. Okay, now this one is your 1 hour long version of you teaching your framework that now we can sell, we can trade for $7, okay? Because business is all about trading. So that was the first step here in the One Funnel Way Challenge, is creating your very first product, okay? Now from here, the next phase, because I talked about products, like the problem with the product is it's one thing, right? And my goal is always like when I'm selling something, I want to make this thing as sexy and as exciting as possible. So how do I increase the value of this thing, right? I'm already giving one of my frameworks for $7, but how do I make it so that in their mind, they're like, that's not $7, that's worth $700. Because if I get someone to believe like, oh my gosh, this thing Russell has is worth $7, I would pay $700 for that. I tell them it's $7, they're going to give me money without even thinking twice, right? So our job is taking this thing we're selling, how do we increase the perceived value of it, okay? This whole module is going to be about increasing the perceived value of the thing you're trying to sell. How do we increase the perceived value, okay? And the secret to that is we shift from just selling a product to creating something that we call, those who've been through OFA in the past, you know this. This is called an offer, right? Or an irresistible offer. So an offer is it's, we call it an offer stack. There's all the things we're stacking together to make something that's completely irresistible, okay? And so your framework typically will become like the first thing you offer, right? So, and this depends. If you're selling physical products, usually your physical product will be the first part of the offer, and your framework will be the second part of the offer. If you're selling information, then your framework is typically the first part, okay? So I'll say your framework is the first part of the offer, okay? So that's the first thing you're selling, okay? Now it's like, that's cool, but it's like, hey, but when you buy my framework, I'm not just gonna give you my framework, I'm gonna give you something else too. I'm also gonna give you, boom, and you give the next piece of the offer, the second product, then the third product, then the fourth, and you keep increasing and stacking on the value to make it bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? This is what we call an offer stack. If you guys have seen me sell anything online, you know that I always have an offer stack, right? When you bought one of my books, like you buy the .com Secrets book, like you get the book, okay, because that's my framework. You get the book for free, it's covered shipping and handling, but when you buy it, I'm also gonna give you this, and I'm gonna give you this, 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 right? When you sign up for One Funnel Away, you notice we did the same thing, we had an offer stack, right? I said, when you join the One Funnel Away Challenge, first thing you get is 30-day training with Russell, okay, that's my framework. Second thing you get is 31 pages. Third thing you get is you get 30 days of live one-on-one coaching. Fourth thing you get, and I start stacking things up. And the more things I stack into the offer, the higher the value goes, right? The higher the perceived value goes. Where at first you're like, $100 for 30 days of training, that's okay. But you're like, oh, but I get this, and I get this. Suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, it's only $100? I want to increase the perceived value so high that when I ask them for money, it's like, oh, that is so cheap. Like that's like the cheapest thing ever, right? So that's what an offer is, and that's what we're going to be focusing today, is creating an irresistible offer. How do we make this thing so valuable in somebody's mind that it seems cheap? That's the goal. That's what we want to try to do, okay? Okay, so a couple things. If you come back here, we started earlier today, right? We talked about this path, right? This has been kind of the theme of the last couple days. Who's your dream customer? Who's the result, right? And if I'm taking someone on this path, like what's the very first thing I'm going to give them, okay? Like I think about this a lot of times with my parents. Like my mom and dad were going to join ClickFunnels. What would I do for them? So, well, the first thing I would do is I would give you this framework, right? So maybe this is a .com Secrets book. I give them this framework, okay? That's the first thing. And so if I'm looking at my offer stack right here, it's like, okay, the first thing I give them is the framework. Okay, and what's the second thing? Well, after I have the framework, if I had to build funnels, the second thing they need is they're going to need my software. They're going to need actually ClickFunnels. So this will be ClickFunnels, right? So the second thing I offer, they need ClickFunnels. What's the third thing they need to be successful? The third thing is, I have this really cool course I can put together that's going to do whatever, right? And then the fourth thing, I start figuring out what are all of the things that they're going to need to be successful to get the result. And those become all of the different parts here inside of my offer stack, okay? So that's kind of where we're going with this. Now, when we're putting things in our offer stack, there's kind of two mindsets. One thing you can do is you can just do a whole bunch of different frameworks, okay? If you look at what we talked about the last 2 days, we talked about, for each of you guys, you're figuring out a core result, right? And from your core results, you have these splinter frameworks. okay, these splinter frameworks. And you picked one of these splinter frameworks, right? And one of these splinter frameworks became this right here, right? It became the flagship framework that we created yesterday. Okay, so that's the first part of the offer stack. Okay, the next thing I started doing with the offer stack is I started looking, what are the other frameworks that I can include in this offer stack? Okay, so this one for me was the perfect webinar script. Okay, I'm like, what are the other splinter frameworks down here? Another one was how to create a webinar funnel, right? What's a webinar funnel like? So this is a webinar funnel. So I have a framework for that, right? So I come down, I'm going to create another framework, right? That my webinar funnel, and then this one right here could be number 2 in my stack, right? Webinar funnel framework, right? And then what's another one of these core results I have? Another core result I have is, I could teach people how to drive traffic into the webinar funnel, right? So that could be another thing. I could go and I could create a framework from this, just like we did yesterday, right? Take that, and this becomes now this next piece in here, right? And so I'm trying to figure out what are all the things I can get somebody to give them the result that's going to increase the perceived value of this offer that I'm making for them, okay? Now, when one of the reasons why we spent yesterday talking about our flagship framework is because on Monday when we start selling the offer, all of our selling is around one core idea, one core concept, one core product. Okay, so the core thing we'll be selling is your flagship framework you created yesterday. But in the sales video, in the sales page, then we're going to be offering them all these other things as well. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing to realize is that it's not always a framework. Sometimes you include other things, right? You can include software, which is basically taking your framework and making it software, right? Like ClickFunnels literally is taking the .com secrets frameworks but turning it into software to do the thing, right? It could be supplements, it could be checklists, it could be guides, there's a million other things you could also include in the offer stack. It's not always just frameworks, but frameworks should be the easiest ones to create, especially now you guys have kind of had a chance to test it, right? The framework is literally like, what is the result I have? What's my step-by-step process? Get out a video camera, record yourself teaching it, boom, you've got the next part of the framework you can throw into the offer. What's the next thing? Create your checklist, record it, boom, you got the next piece of the offer. It becomes really, really quick and really easy to do it, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing today is basically figuring out what are all the other pieces that you need to create inside of your offer, okay? Now, like I said, most of the work today is going to be actually done on the one-pager. So I'm having my team pull the one-pager up behind me so I can show you guys kind of what you're going to be doing. Because there's 2 videos in there that I really want you to watch. These are actually from the original One Funnel Away Challenge. These were 2 of the people's favorites. When I talked about doing 2.0, people gave me lists like, make sure you do this one. Don't forget that one. And this was the best one. And so these 2 are both from there. And they're going to go deeper into what I kind of talked about today and touched upon, okay? So the first thing when you come here is come and watch the tactic video, okay? Watch this video. It's me going through the assignment. I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to show you guys actual examples of offer stack slides and a whole bunch of stuff so you kind of see what it looks like and gives you a vision of what we're trying to build on today. Okay? You just scroll down here. This is kind of a doodle right here, right? We have our core result that your funnel's trying to get, and these are all of your splinter frameworks right here, right? And the first part of your splinter framework, your flagship framework becomes the first part of your offer. Then you got the second, then the third, the fourth, the fifth. Okay, over here I put an example because some of you guys may not know what I'm talking about, but you may have seen me do it before. Every one of my sales pages, every one of my webinars, everything I ever do, you'll notice I always have this thing I call a stack slide, right? Where I say, let me show you everything you get when you sign up today. First thing you're gonna get is my flagship framework, which was the book, right? Then you're gonna get the second framework, Expo Evolution. Then you get the Hook Story Offer framework. Then you can get it's blurry here, the perfect webinar slides. And then you're gonna get the 5-minute perfect webinar. Like these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 6 frameworks that they get when they buy the book, okay? The reason is because I'm trying to increase the perceived value. Like you look at this and it's still, if someone comes to buy my book, this one's for Expert Secrets, right? The book, it's what, $9.95 shipping handling. So it's pretty inexpensive, right? Most people are like, go buy my book, that's it. But I'm like, I want to increase the perceived value so high that everybody has to buy this book because it's worth so much more, right? You can go to Amazon right now, I think my retail price, it's $26.99. So you go to Amazon, it's $26.99. Okay, but if you come to my page, come to expertsecrets.com, it's $10. You get the book, right? So it's cheaper. But then you also, not only do you get the book, you also get these other things. You get my Expert Evolution framework, you get the Hook Story Offer framework, you get all these other things. And now you start looking at that, and when all said and done, it's like you add up all the value of all the frameworks you're getting. Like if I was to sell those individually, it's $609.95. Okay, I increase the perceived value of the thing I'm selling so high now. I'm like, but the good news is you get for free, just cover $10 shipping handling. And people are like, wait, are you serious? Like the value is so high, it's just $10? Like to do that? Totally in. Okay, so that's what this whole module is about. Is like, what are the other things, the other frameworks, the other tools, the other things you can include inside your offer to increase the perceived value? Okay, so that's an example with the Expert Secrets book. But again, in that video at the top, I show you guys a bunch of different examples, of different funnels I have, showing you guys the offer stack, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're trying to go with this. Okay, they scroll down a little bit higher. Now these are the two videos I want you guys to watch. Both these are from the first season, the first 2 years of the One Funnel Away Challenge. The first one here, it's called Offer Hacking. This is gonna show you guys behind the scenes how to go and find out what other people's offers are in your market, right? Okay, because you're gonna be creating one now. You gotta figure this out. Like, the best way to do is not just to guess, but like, what are other people doing? Like, what do they have for their frameworks? What do they, I want to get an idea. I want to do my homework before I start building something out of scratch, okay? So Offer Hacking is gonna show you guys to find out what people are currently buying, what's working, and different ideas for things you could include inside your offer stack. Okay. This also gives some of you guys ideas about, if you're like, I have no ideas for frameworks, this will give you ideas of how to find frameworks, what to look for and things like that. Okay. So that's the first video, to go and watch that. And then the second video, this is everybody's favorite video from the very first funnel hacking, or the very first OFA. It's called The Greatest Showman. And I'm not gonna tell you why it's called that here right now, but this is the second video I want you to watch. And when you watch this video, you're gonna see how I can go and I can take a product that is worth, $5 or $6, and I can increase the perceived value, make it worth hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands, in some cases millions of dollars. Okay? And then when something's worth $100,000 and I sell it for $10,000, it seems really cheap. People are like, Russell, how do you sell a program that costs $100,000? I make the value of it $1 million. Then $100,000 seems really, really cheap. Okay? And that's what I need to get, shifting your mindset to, away from I sell a product. Okay? This is how business owners do it, right? I sell a product. I sell a drill. Okay? No. You sell a result. What are all the things you need to bundle together into an offer to get people that result and increase the perceived value so high they can walk past 500 other drills and they're still gonna buy yours even if it's 10 times more expensive? What do you do? How do you do that? Okay? And that video right here is gonna show you exactly the process we use over and over and over again. I believe in this video I show you as a story about how I had people offer me $500,000 for my phone. Okay? How do you do that? Everything's you're gonna learn there inside the Greatest Showman. So those are two videos I want you guys to watch today. They're a little bit longer, that's why I'm going a little shorter today. Watch both those videos. After you do that, scroll down. Jim Edwards created some really cool software and training here. It's gonna help you guys to name the products. Like, what is the first thing called? So if you're not just like, my first framework is how to lose weight. My second framework is how to eat at fast food restaurants. My third framework is, that's boring. So he's got training and software here to help take your ideas, take the titles of everything in your offer stack, and make those sexy and exciting. So that's gonna be awesome. And then here's your brainstorm. Brainstorm out the flagship framework we created yesterday. That's the first part of your offer. Then what could be the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and the sixth, and start looking through those things. Okay? And then I want you to start creating those things. Like, yesterday I kind of pushed you guys in the deep end of the pool, creating your first framework, getting your phone out, recording, so I wanted you guys to learn how to do it, right? Because somewhere along the line, you have to take these ideas and you have to do this. You have to turn it into another product, turn it into a product. Okay, the easiest way is what we did yesterday, right? Take your framework, write the outline, get a video, record yourself teaching it, plug it into a one-pager, plug in the stuff, and boom, now you've got that framework done. And another framework. And you could literally build these out. This weekend, you could build out 4, 5, 6 of them in record time if you just went and did the actual work. Okay? So again, you've got a couple days to start actually creating all the products because we are going to be focused on traffic the next 2 days, and then we'll come back on Monday and getting back into the selling part of it. Does that make sense? So that's kind of the assignment today. Go do all that kind of stuff. I'm going to drop the link to the one page down below right now. So there's the link. Hopefully, it should be showing it down below me magically. Go there, get the one pager, go watch the videos, and then start filling in, like, what could your offer stack be? Have fun with these videos, you guys. Like, do actually watch them. They are some of the best training we have, and I'm bringing these back from the dead to give them to you guys because they'll give you the keys you need to figure out how to offer hack people, to figure out exactly what people are buying today. And then number 2 is figuring out exactly how to increase the value of your offer. Like, what could your offer be? In there, I talk about tons of different ways to create products. So if you're like, I don't know how to create a product, I'm still stuck, I don't want to do a video. What are other ways to do it? All those things are there inside that video as well. So that's your assignment, you guys. The link is down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. Tomorrow, Rachel Miller's coming back to stage. She was on the 5-day lead challenge with you guys on the traffic day. Tomorrow she's coming back. We're going to spend 2 days, Thursday and Friday, with her, getting the foundation for your traffic in place while you're working on your product and your offer, your frameworks and your offer, and then and that's kind of game plan for the rest of the week. Now, one other thing is this weekend I'm going to be sending you guys, Stephen Larson's got a really cool message he'll be sending you this weekend, as well as I'll send you guys replays of these strategy videos. So if you missed any of them, this weekend I'll give you that so you can kind of brain dump those and go back to them as well. So that's the game plan, you guys. The link is down below. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. If you're stuck, you're confused, let me know as well. I'm going to look at those things and try to tweak them every single day to get this better and better for you. But I appreciate you guys, and have fun with your assignment down today. All right, bye everybody.